You obviously don't have access to a gymnastics gym, so I think you're asking the right person, because I grew up learning without gymnastic coaches and all sorts of fancy equipments like cheese slices and blocks and all that other shit that we don't really need to learn. But at the very least, make sure you can find some soft floor like sand, grass, some mats, a mattress, just something soft. Worst comes to worst, we'll go ahead and work on the grass. But I'm gonna show you progression exercises to get over the fear. I'm not gonna coach the actual back handspring itself because I don't have a gymnastics background. I don't wanna show you guys bad technique for back handsprings. I'm gonna show you some clips of my back handspring right now. As you can see, I bend my elbows and my shoulders aren't that flexible. Neither is my back, but my back's not that bad. It's mostly my shoulders. So to answer your first question, do you need to be flexible? Look at me. So to a degree, it will help, but you don't need to be. But I mean, the more limber you are, the better your back handstrings are gonna look and the less likely to get injured. We're gonna start off by flexibility. As I said, you don't need to be super limber to do back handsprings. I mean, check out my back bridge. It's absolutely horrible. Don't laugh at me. My shoulders are so damn stiff, but I can still manage to do a couple back handsprings at pretty good speed. All right. Back bridge is a great place to start for flexibility for back handsprings. Oh, that is horrible. I've been strength training for a while, and my stretching program is nearly non-existent. But I mean, life is a learning experience. As you get older, you start getting injured. If you don't learn through all that, through the trial and error, then something's gonna go wrong in the future. I'm gonna take a rather non-conventional method to teaching the back handspring, but as I said, I don't have no gymnastics background. The first progression, we already did it for the stretching, is the back bridge, but you can also fall into the back bridge. I can't really do it. I used to be able to do it somewhat, but now that I'm lifting more weights, I find it more difficult because that balance is not there. But pretty much, I mean, you can fall down one arm at a time, so you're just getting comfortable falling backwards. That's a no-go for me. But the camera girl, she can fall into a back bridge, so I'll have her demonstrate. Next progression exercise for getting over the fear for a back handspring is being able to hold a handstand. You don't necessarily have to be able to do a freestanding handstand. You can do it against the wall, like this, because after all, for the back handspring, for a split second, we are in a handstand. Being able to do a handstand push-up is not required, but it is a plus. Because that ensures us that we have the strength to do a back handspring without our arm collapsing. Next exercise we're gonna do, progression exercise, is the monkey flip. We're gonna get into some monkey business now. Now I've done a tutorial on this, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this movement. If you wanna learn more about that, watch the tutorial. But basically, we're gonna start in baby steps. If you can't do this move, we're gonna go ahead and do it to the side, and we're gonna start going straighter and straighter and straighter. So when you're first starting off, you can just do it like this. Start low. See, that's not a complete movement, but as you get more comfortable, you can start going straight back. So implement that into your back handspring fear progression. Next progression exercise, we're gonna do backward rolls. I like doing this on a soft floor, some grass, some sand, something. But you might wanna cover your hair up because on the grass, it's kind of muddy. There might be some dog shit or some other nasty stuff like fertilizer. You don't wanna get that in your hair. It'll get all itchy and you might end up with some lice or something nasty. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not an expert on backward rolls, I never do them, but they're a great progression tool for back handsprings. So start low, roll back, push up to a handstand. Get comfortable with that because later we're gonna use it for different progression exercises. So this next exercise, you might think it's kind of unusual for back handsprings, but trust me, it will help in the next few progression exercises that I will show. But this exercise is the kip up, just normal kip up, that's it. I have a tutorial on it too, so make sure you watch it if you don't know how to do this movement. As simple as that. Let's move on to the next one. This is gonna help us get over the fear of going backwards and baby steps. You might wanna start this on a mattress or some really soft floor, some mats or something. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate on grass. So here we go. I have a tutorial on this too, so make sure you watch it. Start from a little roll, jump back. And you almost, if you could do that, you're almost to a back handspring. You just have to go ahead and extend those arms all the way up, arch that back, throw your hips, pop it up, and then that's a back handspring. Although the technique for a rubber band kip up and a back handspring is not the same, we can apply the principles of going backwards from the rubber band kip up to the back handspring in terms of fear. The reason I showed you this exercise is because as we get comfortable with the rubber band kip up, we're gonna start being able to extend our arms more and more, and then eventually we're gonna be able to do a rubber band kip up onto our hands, essentially a handstand. And from there, we're gonna go ahead and just go back onto our feet. So to demonstrate the progressions that I want you to take for this rubber band kip up that will transfer over to the back handspring, hopefully in the future, is going to be like this. I'm gonna take it slow. We're gonna go ahead and start from the roll. We're going slowly onto our hands. And then once we can get into a handstand, that's money. Then all we have to really do is travel a little further back onto our feet, being a back handspring. It might be a sloppy one, but you just did a back handspring. What if you're stuck with a rubber band kip up and you can't jump onto your hand because you have too much fear? Is there a progression for that? Absolutely. I'm gonna show it to you right now. So we did the rubber band kip up to a backwards roll with a little handstand push-up. Just practice that and see how it goes. Once you get comfortable with that, go ahead and don't put your shoulder, your upper back on the floor. Go ahead and just try to catch yourself on your arms. By now, you should be strong enough to be able to catch yourself without collapsing. But I mean, if you still have fear, make sure you practice on a soft floor, mattress, mat, grass, sand. You can also go to a track, and oftentimes they'll have high jump mats and pole vault pits. Those are all great mats and tools to utilize for getting over fear. So, friends who can't do a back handspring, who don't have access to a gymnastics gym, if you do those progression exercises to get over fear, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the back handspring down. Start easy, make sure you start with the back bridge, then go ahead and practice falling into the back bridge, and then from there, we can practice kicking up onto our hands using a wall or an exercise ball or a table or something. Just be comfortable going backwards onto your feet. And then from there, after we're comfortable with that, we could try backward rolls. From there, we moved on to kip-ups. From kip-ups, we moved to rubber band kip-ups. And from rubber band kip-ups, we moved to being able to jump onto our hands and eventually onto our feet. Train safe, and I'll see you guys next time.